Now, for those who have 9 to 5s that they really enjoy and are not ready to make the leap, but still they want to have maybe an extra source of income, how would you advise for them to find that time, that balance, if there's any?
Yeah, so it's amazing because the thing is that the online creating a digital revenue stream really allows you to recession proof your income because you can scale that. There's no limit on how you can scale it. And that's the beauty of the online business world. So I would suggest thinking about what is the thing that you enjoy the most, right? And because you have to enjoy it. And I absolutely love my business. It's so much fun. I get to talk to amazing entrepreneurs like you. And I would say prioritizing. So not getting caught up on all of the outside trappings that we think a business is, which is I'm going to spend, $10,000 on a website. Then I'm going to hire an amazing logo designer because I need to have a beautiful logo. Then I'm going to create some business cards. That's not what creates a business.
Hi, I am Wamboimboro, a corporate girl who also has multiple passions. When I'm not at my 9 to 5, I spend time focusing on growing my small side business that I love. I created From Stack to Unstoppable podcast to give you simple, actionable strategies to help you get unstuck from limiting beliefs and find your purpose. If you're a professional, a 9 to 5er, or an aspiring entrepreneur and are looking to get out of your comfort zone, use your God-given talents and passion, you, my friend, are in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of From Stack to Unstoppable podcast. I am your host, Wamboimboro. Have you ever found yourself thinking, I don't have enough time. I don't have the expertise. I don't have a large audience to create an online business. Well, that is the myth. And today, my guest on the podcast will help us bust that myth. Masha Goins is an online business coach who helps heart-centered and soulful entrepreneurs build dreamy and abundant six-figure online businesses while only working part-time hours. In this episode, she talks about how she helps entrepreneurs smash the $100,000 ceiling in their business with her secret sauce of soulful marketing, business strategy, and mindset magic. Over the pandemic, she built her online business from a dream to a side hustle to a multi-six-figure success that allows her to spend most of her time offline with her family and 2 little girls, enjoying a slower lifestyle. One of the things that inspired me in this episode is how Masha helps entrepreneurs and those with a 9 to 5 but have a side hustle package what they love to do into an offer that can give them a quick cash injection, even with a small list and very limited time. So I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's jump in.
Hi, Masha. It's so nice having you on my show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Wamboy. I'm excited to join you today.
Thank you. Yes, I've been really looking forward to this conversation because I met you maybe about 2 months ago, and you were so generous in auditing my sales page and just looking into my business. And I said, I have to have Masha on my show because I know my audience would benefit from your insight. So thank you so much. Now, for those who don't know you, can you please tell my audience a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so my name is Masha Goins, and I'm an online business coach for heart-centered entrepreneurs. And the reason I say heart-centered is because I coach online business. So people who want to create knowledge-based products, whether it's a course, a membership, a program, and take something that they're passionate about and create an online digital product. But I really focus on entrepreneurs who want to do that in a way that allows them to actually live their life offline, because the whole entrepreneurship, especially online entrepreneurship, is it's a self-development journey, and there are a lot of challenges that come up. And you could really spend all of your time online, on the computer, on social media. And that's not the goal of it. The goal of it is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And so I really focus on working with primarily female entrepreneurs who are soulful and heart-centered and want to have an impact and make the world a better place.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that soul-centeredness. And actually, I did notice that when I send you a message in the evening, your Instagram it's like you're not there. It's like do not disturb. So I love that you're not always online and grinding and hustling, because that's not so heart-centeredness, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I was there, and actually I burned out trying to do that. I was working a 9-to-5 job, and I was trying to start this as a side hustle, but I was not taking care of myself. And I wasted so many countless hours doing things that didn't actually move the needle, that didn't generate revenue. And I thought that, I just had to grow my social media audience, and I just had to be on social media all the time and create perfect content. And now that, I've learned from my mistakes, and I am very adamant about creating boundaries, and I teach my clients how to create boundaries. And one of the things that I do is when I'm not launching, I delete my social media apps on the weekends from my phone. So I just completely delete them, so I can't even go there.
Talk about discipline.
I have to do it, because it's an addiction. And what I find is that even if I'm picking up my phone to check the weather, or the next thing I know, my fingers have automatically, subconsciously, without me wanting to, opened up Facebook. Suddenly I'm watching, some sad video about dogs being mistreated. I love dogs. Since I became a dog mom, I'm like, all the content that is about dogs is dear to me. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sad about this dog. And I'm like, wait a second, what am I doing on Facebook? I wasn't even going to go on Facebook. So it just happened. I've noticed that it happens automatically without my conscious mind wanting to go on social media. So I have to do this to myself, because I have an addictive personality, and it is very liberating.
You're not alone. And there's noise outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but hopefully we can hear ourselves. So tell us a little bit about your program, because that really, it sounds very interesting. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you. So I have a group coaching program, and it's called Hey 200K, your step-by-step program to soulful six-figure success. And I started it because when I realized that female entrepreneurs, the majority of female entrepreneurs never hit six figures in their business. And I'm not talking about annual revenue. I'm talking about ever in their business. And only 12%, around 12%, ever hit $100,000 in their business. So I became obsessed with these numbers and so upset about those statistics. Why is this the case? The women that I know are some of the hardest working people. They're passionate. They want to change people's lives. They want to help make the world better. Why is this happening? And so I really started digging into what is it specifically for female entrepreneurs that is sabotaging us, that is keeping us from reaching this milestone. And that's where the whole concept for women, only 3% are mothers. So only 3% of mom entrepreneurs ever reach six figures, which is just mind-blowing to me, and ever since I reached that milestone as a mother of two little children, I thought, you know what, we've got to do something about this. We have to change these numbers because it's not fair. And I kind of fell into becoming a coach because people were asking me for advice. How are you doing this? How are you growing your audience? How are you getting engagement? all of these things. So people were starting to ask me, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to share some of my tips and what I do. And it kind of just evolved organically. And then I became obsessed with wanting to quit my job and do this full time. And I said, you know what? I had, benefits and insurance and 401k matching from my employer. And I had that stability that a paycheck provides, but I didn't have the time freedom. I didn't have the financial freedom because I knew that my salary was capped. There was only so far that I could grow in my revenue. Yes. And I didn't have the time freedom. I was missing out. I was missing moments with my little children. I was not able to be there for things that I wanted to be. And I said, you know what, there's got to be a different way. And actually the pandemic accelerated my business. Wow. Because it was a blessing in some ways for me, because it allowed me to really grow my business. And I was able to quit my full-time job in 2021. So 2 years ago.
Wow. So how did you make time? Because most of my audience, they have 9 to 5, and they also are doing this side business that they want to grow, but they always tell me that a lack of time, that's a big challenge. How did you create time?
So I started, and I didn't do a very good job of this because I burned myself out trying to do everything, trying to be a present wife, trying to be a present mother, trying to be productive at work. I had a 1-hour commute each way to the office. And during this time, I would listen to trainings, I would educate myself. And I started, and then I would work after the children went to bed in the evenings, after everything was, dinner done, laundry, whatever. I would stay up late working. I was not watching TV. My husband was like watching Netflix, movies, whatever, relaxing in the evenings. And I was just, on my computer, burning the midnight oil. And it took a toll on me. I mean, it took a toll on me mentally and physically and emotionally, because it was just not sustainable for me to do that. And I realized that, there's at some point you have to make that leap of faith. And it's really hard to do that, because you're like, but I need to pay the bills, and I have the paycheck. Yeah. And so for me, it was realizing that I could do this. The first time that I'm trying to think, that I had a launch that I hit $30,000 in my launch. And I was like, wow, okay, I can do this. It's believing in myself. That was the hardest part, to believe in myself that I could actually do this, and I could make this a thing. And that allowed me to make that scary jump, because it was scary. It was terrifying to say, okay, I'm doing my business. And what I learned was, the moment I went out on my own, I said, I need to learn from that burnout. I need to learn that that's not what I want, right? Because I could just recreate that stress and overwhelm in my business and be working nonstop. And I said, I need to show and create a different kind of online business. I need to show others that it's possible. I need to walk the walk. I need to do the thing. So, every afternoon I pick up my kids from the school bus. I make them after school snack, family dinners, that kind of stuff that is important to me. It's not a priority for everyone, of course, but for me, that was important, and that's what I wanted. And so that's what I created.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, for those who have 9 to 5s that they really enjoy and are not ready to make the leap, but still they want to have maybe an extra source of income, how would you advise for them to find that time, that balance, if there's any?
Yeah, so it's amazing, because the thing is that creating a digital revenue stream really allows you to recession-proof your income, because you can scale that. There's no limit on how you can scale it. And that's the beauty of the online business world. So I would suggest thinking about, what is the thing that you enjoy the most, right? And because you have to enjoy it. And I absolutely love my business. It's so much fun. I get to talk to amazing entrepreneurs like you. And I would say prioritizing. So not getting caught up on all of the outside trappings that we think a business is, which is, I'm going to spend, $10,000 on a website. Then I'm going to hire an amazing logo designer because I need to have a beautiful logo. Then I'm going to create some business cards. That's not what creates a business, right?
Yeah.
What creates a business is you creating an offer that you can sell and something that you can put together quickly.
Right.
So I always say, think about what you love doing and how you can package that up into an offer.
Very good, very good. And now that brings me to what you have a concept of how one can create a quick cash injection offer.
Mhm.
How do you do that? I mean, or rather, I know you can talk about how you do that right now, but maybe what success have you seen in your students just creating that quick cash injection offer, and what does it maybe look like?
Yeah, so it's basically what I do is I turn the whole concept of the way online business is usually taught upside down, and I start with the offer. Because usually they say, the gurus, the online experts, they say, oh, you have to grow your email list. And then when you have X number of people on your email list, then you can, and you nurture them, you give them free value every week, and you give them all these free things. You create a lead magnet, a freebie, then they join your list. And then you have to show up on social media every day, and you can be in this place forever of trying to grow your audience, creating free content, trying to grow your email list and not making a sale. So I'm like, okay, no, we're starting with a sale, and you do not have to have a big audience at all. You can have a teeny tiny little audience.
Wow.
And you can start with a sale. And the quick cash injection offer is something that doesn't take you time to create. So it's something you can put together in less than a weekend, in one evening, because it's not, a course that you have to create the modules and record the videos and create all the PDFs.
Right.
And that is very daunting for a lot of people, sort of like the actual creation of the thing. And
Right.
I'm like, no, you don't actually have to. First of all, the thing doesn't have to be created, because the thing that is the most valuable to your audience and your dream clients, which I call flamingos, the thing that's most valuable to them is you, right? So access to you is one of the most valuable things. And so your quick cash injection offer can be a one-on-one coaching package where you don't have to create anything. You just have to have, a PayPal, a way for somebody to pay you, and maybe a Zoom account so you can connect with them on Zoom, and that's it. And you can use a Google Doc as a sales page. You don't have to, or an email. You don't even have to have a sales page.
That is so attractive. That is so attractive, especially for us who have 9-to-5s, because I can whip that up in a weekend.
Exactly.
Or like on a day off, like today for me. I mean, that's so exciting, Masha.
Yeah, and what it does is it gives you that confidence that you realize, first of all, for those of us who are perfectionists, we get caught up, like, the sales page has to look like this, and this is going to take me a few months. Then I can work on this, and that's going to take me a few weeks, right? And so, and during that process, we lose the confidence because the pressure of selling starts building and building and building, and you start thinking, oh my God, I don't know, how am I going to do this, and what am I going to sell, and do I have to launch? And so I'm like, you can actually make this really, really simple. That's really simple. Yeah. So, and for others, it's, one of the members in Hey to 100K, her quick cash injection offer was a PDF.
Okay.
She put together a very simple PDF and she sold it, and she made over $5,000 in 1 month.
That's amazing.
Like, it was just a simple download, not an ebook by any means. It was really a PDF guide. Yes. And she was at the point where she was going to take on a retail job just to help make ends meet and help her family. And then she's like, wait a second, how did that just happen? And it just opened up the possibility to her that you can generate money out of thin air, right? Wow. Because and that's this amazing feeling, because you are this money printer, like I call it, like you're the dollar bill printer, and you can act. The first time you realize you can do that, you get a sale like that, and you're like, hold on a second, how did I do that? You
Yeah.
know?
It's amazing. I saw some of the interviews you had with the women in your program, and some of them couldn't even believe that they did what they did. It's like, why didn't I get Masha before? So it's quite exciting that you're giving people those results, like really tangible results that don't take a
Yes.
whole 30-day runway, whatever, just really results, quick results. And I know it's
Yeah.
not going to be like overnight, but just, having a guide, having someone to guide you and telling you this is what you do, it must be very helpful, I can tell.
Yes. And the most important thing that I always say is that when somebody believes in you and you're not just on your own with your dream in your heart,
Yes.
and I only work with people that I believe in, and that's the great thing, that I get to pick and choose who I want to work with. And I work with these incredible women around the world, and male clients as well. But in my program, it's actually all women so far. And I believe in their success. I see the success story and the testimonial that they're going to write me.
Yes.
And so I just tell them, I'm like, you don't see your future self, your six-figure self. She's right here. This is what she looks like. Look in the mirror, because she already exists, right?
Right.
And then they're like, wait a second. It's that deep, radical self-love, that belief in yourself, that faith in yourself,
Yeah.
and the faith in a higher power. If you have that faith in God as well, it's realizing that this is my divine purpose, actually, to do this thing, right? And to help others to do this. And it starts with believing in yourself, and it starts with having somebody have your back, so having that support. It's like, having wind underneath your wings, basically.
I like that. And I like about the mindset piece, because you're big on that. So most of my clients, again, they have this self-doubt, and I had that too, and still working with on it. So how do you coach women? What do you tell women, or your audience, or my audience, our audience? How do we help them get out of that mindset of, like for me, it was again, self-doubt and a lot of perfectionism. I wanted everything to be perfect. How do you advise someone to just done is better than perfect?
Yeah, done is better than perfect. Yeah, I'm all about taking messy action and having imperfect action over perfection, because I'm a recovering perfectionist. And really, it's realizing two things. And there's a reason that in my program, I actually start with money mindset, because most of our mindset blocks are related to our self-worth. And they come from our feelings of self-worth or lack of self-worth. And that's the same for money blocks, for receiving blocks. And that's why I started with money mindset. And the first thing that you notice is when you look at the fact, look at how you sabotage yourself all day long, the way that you talk to yourself in your own mind about, all sorts of things, why your jeans are not fitting, why, some imperfection on your face.
Yes.
The way that we talk to ourselves, this self-critical voice, I call them ants, like automatic negative thoughts. And it's like automatic negative thoughts. The ants are running around in our head all day long, and we don't even notice it. So our mind is in a place of fear, and we don't want, our mind is going to say, oh, no. Von boy, you don't want to do that, because why would you want to do that? Because that is risky.
Yes.
If you do that thing, that's risky. And so your mind wants to keep you safe, because our minds have biologically evolved to want to keep us safe, right? They're not programmed for risk. They're like, we want a roof over our head. We want to have the heating on or air conditioning if you're in a warm place, and we want to have food on the table and in the pantry. And that's that need for safety is so strong in our subconscious mind. And anything that we do that is considered unsafe is the unknown. So whenever you do something new or you're taking that leap of faith, it's an unknown. And so to our mind, it's scary, and it wants to keep us in this stuck, safe place of hiding, right? And tucking away our dreams. And don't think about that right now, because you just focus on what you have. Right. But when you have your soul whispering to you, like, you're meant for more, you're not fulfilling your full potential in your life, or is this God's plan for you actually? Like, what should you be doing with your time? It's there for a reason. Like, those moments that you have are there for a reason. And it's your soul talking to you and saying, don't listen to your scared subconscious mind. That's not your intuition. That's just the fear. And the fear doesn't go away, right? I always say to my clients, you're not going to wake up one day and be like, that's it. Oh, yeah. I'm confident and I'm not scared of anything, right?
Yes, because it's a pattern that you formed for years. So it's not going to just happen in a day.
Exactly. So you feel the fear, but you can see it for what it is. You can see that, oh, this is my fear. This is not my gut. This is not my intuition. This is the fear talking. And I have courage, and I can take that courage, right? So courage is like something like even the history of the word courage comes from cœur, like the French heart. So it's about taking courage from the heart to do the thing that you are meant to do.
Oh, wow. I like that. So taking the courage from the heart to do the thing you are meant to do.
Yes, exactly.
That's beautiful.
Because your heart is it's a very powerful portal, right? For those who are interested in energy work, your heart portal is really, really powerful. And some think of it as the gateway to your soul is in your heart. And there are a lot of mysteries about the human heart that, in the medical even community are so unknown. It's such an incredible machine that keeps us going.
I like that, the courage part, because even for those who are believers, there's this verse that in the Bible that says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a self-disciplined mind. So that power is in us, that courage. Mm-hmm. So I like that.
And we have to dig inside to get it. It's not going to be like somebody saying, okay, here's your courage, put it on. And so it's okay to feel the fear, right? The fear just doesn't have to rule your actions and your decisions.
To overtake you. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. So now, what are some of the strategies that you can help someone use to overcome those kind of fears? Any meditation, or what do you use?
I love guided meditations, because for me, I always knew, okay, I am supposed to meditate. It helps your health. It helps your, all of these things. But whenever I would try to sit down to meditate, I have a million thoughts running around in my mind. I have like a very restless, overactive mind. And so I found that guided meditations really, really help me. And I have a free guided meditation. Actually, it's an abundance activation where you get to meet your six-figure self, and it's really powerful. And it's only 15 minutes. And I even listen to my own meditation. I know that sounds crazy, but it's because I'm listening to my higher self.
Yes.
And so she's guiding me, and we all have our higher self, and she already exists. So there's a lot of wisdom we can gain from doing things like that and tapping into our innate strength,
yes, and that higher self part of us, which is what we are really, when we're born, that's really who we are. We have that power and being our true selves, and not obviously after, we've been on this earth for a while, then we have all these things, that limiting beliefs that we form, and maybe other people tell us, and then we just create a pattern. So there's a way to kind of peel that onion, that layer, by using
Exactly. And it is peeling an onion. And for those who have faith and who pray, prayer is a very powerful form of meditation, and it allows you to connect to your soul and to, if you believe in guardian angels, or you believe in, your spirit guides, that there is energetic forces that are supporting you in this world, right? Whether you call it God or source or the universe, and that that you're meant to do something, right? And so when you have that dream, it's there for a reason, right? It's there for a reason. And, being still and going for a walk, praying, meditating, all of these things allow you to connect to that dream and listen to the voice of your soul.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I attest to that. I love just that being still, being prayerful, connecting with nature. All those are things that really help ground me. So thank you for sharing. Now, Masha, I could talk to you all day. Tell our listeners how they can find you.
Thank you. So you can find me on Instagram at Masha Goins. That's my personal lifestyle account. And I have a website called mashagoins.com. And I also have my business Instagram, which is called Courage and Confetti. And like I said, it's all about my philosophy of, taking courage and having confetti to celebrate yourself every step of the way. So yeah, come find me there. And I look forward to chatting. And you can grab my free abundance activation as well.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So please, my listeners, just go to Masha's page, grab that instant gift that she has for us. I know that my listeners will benefit from this. I have benefited from your wise, your wisdom, and I'm always on your, Instagram page, and I'm like, okay, what else that she has, and it really has been helpful to me. So I thank you for taking the time to be here on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
So I hope Masha's story has inspired you. I hope you can start seeing how possible it is to leverage your expertise, even if you have a 9 to 5, a small email list, and with limited time. The only excuse is the story that you're telling yourself. And like Masha calls them, the ants, the automatic negative thoughts that tell you don't have the time, or that your audience is too small, or you don't have the expertise, which is really a way of your brain trying to keep you safe and not living to your highest self. Now, if you're tired of being stuck in limiting patterns, but know that you're made for more, but these beliefs are holding you back from moving to the next level of your career or your business, I have 3 open one-on-one coaching spots beginning today. In this one-on-one coaching program, I am going to holistically assess your level of fulfillment in all the key areas of your life so you can foster that bulletproof mindset and have clarity and that courage to succeed in your life and your career. So please go to the show notes here and book a 30-minute discovery call. You're going to see a link there. Book a call with me so we can see how I can support you. You can also go to my Instagram page, which is wamboig.buru, and click on the link tree in my bio and get the link there as well. I hope to see you soon. Now, well, since talking to Masha, I joined her program, and with her as my business coach, I am looking forward to creating big things. So I hope you love this episode and that you will share it with someone who is looking to turn their expertise into a business. Until next time, take care. Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, please take time to review and rate it. It's the fastest and easiest way to say thank you for creating this content. Until next time, keep thriving. I cannot wait to see you next week. Take care now.